Dear students, welcome to the subject Computer Fundamentals. From today we are going to start with the unit number 2, that is the number systems. Like in the first unit we have studied about the basic functionalities and basic working of a computer system, and we called the computer system as the data processor because it stores the data, it manipulates the data, and it gives the result. So when we say that computer stores some input information or the data, then it stores that data in the computer understandable language. That is, it uses some machine codes and binary numbers or some other coding formats like ASCII values and other things which are not understood by the human being. So before understanding how the computer actually stores these different types of information like numeric, alphanumeric and other characters, we need to deal with the basic number systems. Many of you might have studied in your schools, like we had the decimal number system, octal number systems. So all these we are going to study in detail. So let us understand the contents of the second unit. So we broadly categorize the number system into two. First we are going to deal with the non-positional number system, and then we are going to understand the positional number system, and then we are going to deal with different types of number system that are available in the positional number system, that are decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system and hexadecimal number system. And we are going to understand what are the base values of these different number system and what are the symbols present in these different number system. After that we are going to study with conversion of number in one format to the other format. The meaning here is, if I have a number in decimal, how can I convert that decimal number into a binary? If I have a number in decimally, how can I convert in octal, and vice versa. So all these conversion we are going to do. For the first video I am using this PPT. From second video onwards we'll be having this chalk and talk work so that you can understand the problem. So we are going to deal with many calculations and the problems in this unit. So now let us understand quickly the concept of the non-positional number system. So in non-positional number system we use just some symbols like 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3 and so on, like, or the example of Roman numerals you can take. So we use these symbols and it uses the additive approach. That means we go on adding these symbols and each symbol represents the same value regardless of its position in the number. So in non-positional number system the symbols don't have any specific value, or the place value is not present in the non-positional number system. Actually the human being started whenever he wanted to count the numbers, or when we want to count the elements or items, he started using his fingers, or if the numbers are more than 10, then he started using some pebbles or sticks to count the values. But it becomes very difficult when you want to calculate a large number. Suppose if you want to count 50 or 100 with your fingers or by using stones or pebbles, it is not easily possible. So he thought of coming up with the non-positional number system, where he used some symbols, and these symbols we go on adding these symbols, so and they don't have any specific value. The symbols are simply added to find out the value of a particular number. So let us take the example of a Roman number so that you can understand how the non-positional number system work. Now as you can see here, these all are the digits or the decimal number. If I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. So in non-positional number system we just go on adding these symbols like 1 for 1, 2 for 2 pipelines, 3 for 3 pipelines and 4 for 4 pipelines and so on. So when I reach 5, what I will do, I will write 4 lines, 4 pipelines, and then I will put a slash here. So this indicates 5. Same thing if I want to continue with 6, what I will do, I will write 5 and then I will put one more pipeline. Similarly for 7, and so on it continues. But if you go on doing this, what will be the problem? Suppose if I want to write 100, so how much time I will take? I need to have as many as possible like this. So it takes lot of time to represent a value. Or even if I want to write say something, say 20, if I want to write just 20, what I need to do, I need to go on doing this. So first I will get 5 and then, so this represents 5. So again I need to have 4 sets of this. So again I need to do this and so on. So it becomes very difficult when you want to write large number. Not only it's difficult to represent these numbers, and also the problem will be we cannot do any arithmetical calculation with this. Suppose if I want to say add 20 and 20 or say 30 and 40, so addition or any arithmetical operation with these non-positional number system is very difficult. So these are the drawbacks of having the non-positional number system. The best example for non-positional number system is the Roman letters or the Roman numerals. Like we can represent 1 with this I, and 2 with 2 I's, 3 I's. For 4 we can represent this, and for 5 we can represent this, and so on we can continue. So the important thing that you need to understand is, suppose if I want to write 9, what I will do, I can write this as like this, I can write 9. So if I want to write 10, I will just write X. If I want to write 11, I will write XI. So this is how we can write the Roman letters. Now if you understand this, the non-positional number system don't have any positional value. Like here I is present before the X, here I is present after the X. Irrespective of its representation, whether the I is after the X or whether the I is before the X, its value is going to remain same. That means I indicates 1, here also I indicates 1. But when we talk about the positional number system, each position has its own has got its own value. So let us understand with the example so that you can easily understand the difference. So in non-positional we simply go on adding the symbols to find out the particular number, like we just now we discussed. If I want to write 20, we go on just adding these I values. And what is the problem with this? It is difficult to perform arithmetic with such number system. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all these are the tasks are very difficult when we have this non-positional number system. By the name itself you should understand that non-positional means the symbols that we use, they don't have any specific positional value. Now let us understand the positional number system. So we have some basic characteristics for the positional number systems. These positional number system consist of few symbols called as the digits, and these symbols represent different values depending on the position they occupy in the number. So we can have different symbols in that, and these symbols represent the different values based on where they have the position or where they are placed in the number. So the value of each digit is determined by three things: the digit itself, and the position of the digit in the number, and the base of the number system. So when I want to know the value of a particular number, or when you want to know the value of a particular digit, it can be determined by the following three things: what digit or what symbol I am using, and what is the position of that digits in the given number or in the given representation, and what is the base of the number system. So let us understand this with the example. So the first category of positional number system, the commonly used number system that we deal with in day-to-day life, is the decimal number system. So deci means what? Deci means 10 here. So that means in decimal number system we have 10 symbols or we have 10 digits. So always any number system, if you take, the smallest digit will always start with 0 and the largest symbol will be 1 less than the base. So in decimal number system we have base as 10. So that means we can have 10 digits in the decimal number system. If I say a binary number system, its base is 2 and it can have only 2 symbols or 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. So whenever you have a base like this, when this is an example where we have decimal number system where the base is 10, so always the smallest symbol will start with 0 and the largest symbol will be 1 less than the base. So what is the base here? 10. So 1 less means 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1 will be 9. So 9 will be the maximum digit allowed in this decimal number system. So it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to 9. So this is what we have in the decimal number system. The maximum value of a single digit is 9, that is 1 less than the value of the base. And in positional number system, each position of a digit represents a specific power of the base. So when we are dealing with positional number system, it is always important to understand the base of that number system. If it is a decimal number system, the base is 10. If it is a binary number system, the base is 2. If it is an octal number system, the base is 8, and so on and so forth. So we can have different number system and each number system consists of a base, and the position of a digit depends on the base that we are using and what is the position of that digits. Now let us consider an example of a decimal number, that is 2586. So how actually we represent this? Okay, so it always starts with the rightmost digit. So if you take all these individual elements, these are the individual symbols we can say, or the individual digits. So 6, 8, 5 and 2, and the base is 10 here because we are talking about the decimal number system, so the base is 10. So how we represent this actually is, we start with the rightmost digit and then we multiply that digit with the power of the base. So what is the base here? The base is 10. So it starts with 10 to the power of 0. When I move from rightmost digits to the next rightmost digit, that is the 8 here. So I can write it as 8 into 10 raised to 1. And then if I come to the next digit, it will be 10 to the power of 2 into the digit whatever is there. So again if I go ahead, then it will be 10 raised to 3 into 2. So if you observe in this case, all these are the digits and these digits are placed in the specific placeholder, or we can say at specific position. So 6 is placed at the unit position, 8 is positioned at the 10th position, 5 is present at the 100th position, and so on and so forth. So all these digits are just not placed somewhere else, so they have got specific value because we are multiplying these digits with the base value with the powers. So always this power start with 0, 10 raised to 0, then 10 raised to 1, 10 raised to 2 and 10 raised to 3 and so on. So whenever, to simplify this, what will the value? 10 raised to 0, anything raised to 0 will be always 1. So what we will get? 6 into 1, it will become 6. Then 10 raised to 1 is 10. 10 into 8 will get 80. Then we have 10 square. So 10 square is 100. 100 into 5 is 500. Then 10 cube or 10 to the power of 3 is equal to 1000. So 1000 into 2, we get it as 200. So that means each digit is multiplied with the base with the power. and this power always start with the 0th value from the rightmost digits. So 2 raised to 10 10 raised to 0, 10 raised to 1, 10 raised to 2, 10 raised to 3, and so on. So if you observe this, every digit has got its value or position. Usually when we are dealing with numbers in day-to-day life, we don't write the base. If I say 2586 without any base, it means that it is the decimal number, because usually whenever we use the numbers, we always in our day-to-day life we use the decimal numbers. But it is always good to represent the numbers with a base, because when we are dealing with different types of number system, it's always confusing if you don't write the base. So writing the base is very much essential. Now we will take one more example, like say 56. So in case of 56, we have two symbols or two digits. The rightmost digit is 6 and next digit is the 5. Now if you take this 6 into 10 raised to 0, and this will be 5 into 10 raised to 1. So 10 raised to 0 is again 1, 1 into 6 is 6, then 10 raised to 1 is 10, 10 into 5 is 50. So the value of this will be 56. Now you need to understand the important difference. So when we talk about the positional number system, we have considered 5. In this example, 5 is present at the third position from the right, or it is present at the 100th position, because the value of this 5 is what in this number? The value of 5 in this number is 500, because we are multiplying 5 with 10 square. So it's equivalent to 500. But the same symbol, if you consider in this example, it is giving us the value as 50. Why? Because the 5 is present at the 10th position and 6 is present at the units position. So this is the main important characteristics of the positional number system. That is, we use these symbols, and these symbols have got specific value depending on their position. So in this example, 5 is present at the 100th position. In this example, 5 is present at the 10th position. So depending on the position where these digits are placed or the symbols are placed, its value is going to be changed. And how we can read these numbers? After calculating the result, we say that 56, but usually we don't prepare to we don't say the base, but it is always better to say the base. So 56 to the base 10, and this number can be 2586 to the base 10. So this is the important aspect related to the positional number system. So we discussed these three things. So the value of each digit is determined by the digit itself, and the position of the digit in the number, and the base of the number system. So here we have 5, and here also we have 5. So but what is its value? It's a digit itself, okay, and then where it is placed. So 5 is placed in the 10th position, in the 100th position in this example, and in this example we have placed 5 in the 10th position. So it depends on the position of this digit, and also the base where it is, whether it is in the decimal base or octal base or hexadecimal base. Depending on that, we can get the value of each digit. Now quickly understand the major difference between the non-positional numbers and the positional numbers. So in case of non-positional numbers, I have written here 9, 10 and 11 by using the Roman representation. So in this case, I is placed before x, and in case of 11, I is placed after x, but the value of this I is going to remain same. So x is 10. So if I want to write 9, what I will write? I will put I before x. When I want to write 11, what I will do? I will put I after the 10. So that means the value of this I is going to remain same. It is not going to change. But if you consider the positional number system, 2586 to the base 10. In this number, the digit 6 signifies that the value of 6 is, it is in the units position, so we can write it as 6 into 10 raised to 0, it is 6. But if I interchange the digits of this, suppose instead of writing 2586, if I write 2568 to the base 10, the digit 6 signifies 6 into 10 raised to 1, because 6 is present at the 10th position. So now if you can observe the difference between non-positional and positional, as we change the position of the digit 6 in these two example, the value is going to be changed, or the value will be affected. So in this case, the value of 6 will be 60. Again, if I just interchange the position of these two, it will be 2658. In this case, the digit 6 signifies that the value of 6 is 600, because it is placed at the 100th position. So this is the major difference between non-positional and positional number system. In case of positional number system, every digit has got its own positional value, but whereas in case of non-positional number system, we just use the symbols and we go on adding the like this. And the important difference is that in non-positional number system, arithmetical calculations are not possible, or it is very complicated, but whereas in case of positional number system, we can easily do the arithmetical operation. So these are the two major differences between the non-positional and positional number system. So you may get a question on what is the meaning of non-positional number system, or what is meant by the positional number system, for 2 marks. So you need to take simple example, and for 2 marks you need to explain it very briefly. Or you may get a question on write the difference between non-positional number system and positional number system, for 2 marks. And one more thing you need to understand, that digits and numbers are two different things. When we say digit, it is just nothing but a symbol. When we say a digit, it does not have any place value. Like I say 0, 1, 2, 3. So they don't have any specific value. But when the digit is clubbed with the base, that time it will get some meaning. So if I have these digits, it cannot give any proper meaning. But when I use the digits and to form a number, or when I use the combination of digits, I need to have a proper base. So when these digits are clubbed with the base, that time it will become a number. So in this example, if you observe, I am using the digits 2586 and I am using a base, that is the 10 or the decimal base. So when I use a base, these digits will get some meaning. So you need to understand that digits are different from the numbers. So whenever we say number, a number will always belong to one of the base. It can belong to a binary base, or it can belong to decimal or octal, hexadecimal, and so on. So in the next classes, we are going to study about the different number system and how we can convert these numbers from one base to the another base. So you can take your own numbers and you can just practice of doing this, because we need lot of calculation in the coming classes. That's all we have in the today's session. Thank you all.